Right, so here we are. About 3 days ago, my AC unit took a dive. It more or less stopped working for us. So yesterday evening, I took this whole thing apart. It's a big unit. It's like, I think they said like a 3-ton unit, something like that. I don't know. I'm not an HVAC guy. Nonetheless, I took it apart. There were screws all over this thing. The good news is they're all the same size, so whenever I go to put this back together, it's going to be pretty easy. Oh, okay. This one's not the same size. Now, here's my problem. First problem was this coil. This coil was so dirty. So we took this off, put the motor up there, and then sprayed it off with some coil cleaner, sprayed it off from the inside, sprayed off the outside, got that handled more or less. But then I started looking deeper into this machine, and then I found another coil, this coil. This thing was packed with insulation. Apparently, I think it's falling down from my attic and then getting sucked into the machine or blown into the machine. But this stuff is wet and gross, and it is all over this coil. So I've got this tiny brush. I can't take it out because it's got copper lines that are soldered to it. So it's pretty much in place. So I've got to ever so gingerly take this brush here and just brush these coils. This is a job if I ever saw one. But yeah, this is today's project, and I'm gonna be on this for a while. It's very wet. I let it kind of dry out overnight so that way it would brush off a little easier. But you know, with mixed results. I would like for it to dry out even more, and maybe I'll try vacuuming it, but I'm gonna get some of this bulk off so that way it'll vacuum easier. Yeah, so beyond that pain, the baby chicks are doing good. Let's go check them out. Oh, also this morning, I had a clog in my chicken feeder because one day I had left the top off and it got some rain into it, and that caused the food just to mold, and there was like a plug of molded food inside the feeder. So I got that out, but the babies are doing good. Check them out. Got the baby chickens. Hey mama, how is babies? Let's see how them babies doing. Oh, I know you're angry. I'm scared. Let's see them. Let's see them. Come on. Let's see them. Oh, the babies. Look at them. We still got 5 total, and they're getting their little feathers in. Yep. I love how mama crunches food up for them. She finds little bits of food and she'll like crunch it up and give it to the babies. They decided not to use my breeder box that I made for them. She prefers to have them on the ground, which is fine as long as it doesn't rain, and it doesn't rain here anymore, so everything's fine. I'll continue working on this AC unit, and hopefully I can get this thing working today. So it's a couple hours later. We've made a lot of progress here. Check it out. The coil's looking a lot cleaner. Still some stuff up there. I have found that if I wet the brush, sometimes it breaks up a little easier. So, tip. Oh, this stuff is a pain though, and it's super awkward to get in here. I had to use a tarp to kind of cover my knees a little bit. Oh, chicken's taking a bath. This concrete sucks on my knees, and this is just an uncomfortable thing to do to begin with. Especially since this stuff it's so hard. You just got to get it little by little. So earlier, whenever I mentioned that it was tight quarters, this is me stuck inside the air conditioner. Definitely not comfortable. Hey, mama chicken's showing the babies how to dust bathe. Look at that. You show them, mama. Doing a good job. All right, so we're done cleaning the coil now. Check it out. Much cleaner now. So to keep me from having to do this again in the future, I'm going to go ahead and add a filter box to this outside unit. So I used part of an old coil cage. I'm going to use liquid nails and glue this thing to the insulation there. And then I'm going to screw a couple spacers into the sides and then put another box just like this on the outside. So that way I can have a filter that'll slide in and out like so, which will keep all that crap from coming into my coil. But yeah, that is the plan. We'll go ahead and get this thing marked off. Okay, so we got that marked in now. Next step is we need to go make some spacers for this so that way the filter will slide down into it. Let's go. I'll wear it like a necklace. All right, so here we are at the workstation. One day I'm gonna get a shop built out here to cover everything up. Let's clean this off. Wire, I might use a hinge. So this is a filter that I found. I had it in the shed. I found a box of these on the side of the road one day, picked them up, and I'm like, hey, I could probably use that one day, and today's that day. So we get our spacer up here. Okay. This is gonna go like so. Now, this is not gonna be a perfect airtight seal, but it's gonna help a lot. Yep. I'll go ahead and cut this off to size real quick. And that's a lot tougher than what I thought. Let's see. So now we got a new filter. So this should just slide down into this once I'm finished. We need like a 1-inch spacer for this. I think I know what I'll do. Here's the other box. This is gonna slide right on top. I'm gonna keep the screen in on this one so it holds everything in place. But it's kind of coming apart there, so I'm gonna put a screw in there real quick. Slide it over. Now, I don't think this is gonna restrict airflow too much. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm also not a professional HVAC guy either. Nonetheless, it's going to be a heck of a lot better than having an inch of insulation stuck over the coil. So right there. You know, a lot of people, they complain about people never throwing anything away. I throw away a lot of stuff. Don't get me, I'm not a hoarder by any means, but if you can reuse some things, Just kind of tuck it back, and one day you'll eventually use it. Do that. Especially with the price of building materials these days, it gets wild out there. Like just this a little bit of like hardware cloth and the wood around this would cost me, you know, $10 just to buy a little bit of it, and I'd end up having to buy a whole roll and then several pieces of wood. And I mean, shoot, I'm in $50 just on making a box. So don't throw things away. Keep it, use it. Okay. Now we have our filter box. Now we need to put some spacers in between there. It's the fun part. Let's look around. So I know that I have this other one here. I could actually, we'll disassemble this and just screw those in as our spacers. That should be just fine. So we'll just rip these off like so. And bam. All right. Keep this. Don't throw this stuff away. I'm going to use this one day, I promise. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and screw these in. Put that there. Actually, we'll go ahead and just complete this box real quick. Screw there. Next, put one, there's another bottom there. Swing this guy right in there. There and there. Okay. One problem. Now I'm gonna have to, I see. So I see what I did wrong here. Now I need to cut a gap out so I can actually slide it down in here. Not a problem though. In fact, I'll probably just take one of these arms off. Okay. Now we'll screw this together like so. I might need a different screw, hang on. What we really need is a screw that's not 3 inches long, or 2.5 inches long. I could do with like a 1.5 inch screw. Oh, here we go, right here, right there. Yeah, let's go. So I need a smaller screw. We're gonna go ahead and take this guy out. Change out our bit to a Phillips. There we go. That's more like it. A lot better. Well, hold on now. These are even better. We'll just switch. We'll take that out. Okay, there we go. Now we have the perfect size screw. We're gonna go put that dude in there. Now it doesn't go through the other side at all, not even a little. We'll put one on this end as well. Okay. We'll put another. Right here. I got to make sure this is centered up so everything will fit well. Boom. Now okay, now we have our filter box. Probably going to put a hinge on this thing so it'll hinge for me. I've got this old hinge here. It might be a bit heavy duty. Yeah. See if we can find a different hinge. Oh, here we go. This is why I don't throw things away. I got some hinges down here. We'll go ahead and put 3 in place. And check it out. We even got a locking mechanism here. Oh, look at that. I got a little latch and a latch. That's perfect. Now we'll put some hinges in on the bottom so that way it'll just pop open for me. Let's see what we can find. We need these tiny screws. Those are Phillips, so we'll go ahead and switch out back to a Phillips. And I've got those laying everywhere, so it'll be fine. Back to a Phillips. You always got to check it. Make sure your drill is still working, so that's our bottom there. Get that as square as we can. Okay. Pop a hinge in right. Right there. That should be just fine. Oh no. Got this. Hold that in place. Gentle, gentle, gentle. All right, hinge. that screw was a little big. We'll size it down a little bit. Okay, there's one. Might need something a little thinner in there, I would think. There we go, that should be a little better there. Okay. We'll do one more hinge. Yeah, you know what? Let's do 3 hinges. 2 hinges. The struggle is finding the correct screw. Okay. Actually, these small ones probably work pretty well. Yeah, we'll use the small ones. Wake up the hinge a little bit. That's a little off center. I don't like it. We'll lower that hinge some. That hole's already tapped. It's gonna be okay. It's just a filter door. It's gonna be fine if it's not perfectly square. I love having everything square, but as you can see, I'm kind of just throwing this together on a whim, and it's gonna work fine. Put another here. All right. Now we have a filter box. Filter is going to slide right in there. Boom, locks in place like so. Now, see if we can get this guy to lock up for us. With a little ingenuity, I think it'll work fine. So this needs to slide across. Yeah. Yup. So we gotta add a little piece of wood here. So let's find a little piece of wood. I found the wood, so I'm going to use the last piece that I had for the cube. And yeah, so I decided I'm going to cut a small piece off so that way it'll also slide smoothly behind this, so I can add like a little backer board for that filter. And so it's going to cut off about right there. We'll go ahead and mark it. Marks. Cool. Cut this dude off. Right. There it is, 2 birds, 1 stone. You have the backer board and you have the locking mechanism. So we'll throw this right in the back, right there. And screw that guy down. Screw, 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 screw. Is that one gonna work? Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. We'll put another right here. Check. All right, filter box. Final step is I'm going to screw that in right there. Actually, I gotta check something real quick. We're gonna go over here and put this thing in place and see exactly how much space we have versus the left and or right, so I can know which side the filter needs to be on, so that way I don't have too much, you know, overhang on one side. All right, I think, yeah, it'll be better off hanging over to the left, I believe. Yeah, because you have a lot of room on the right hand side, so it'll just keep to the left. Actually, no. Since the air is gonna be being pulled in that direction, we're gonna slide this filter over to that side, and we're gonna have a little bit of a gap there, but it's gonna be okay. Now maybe we could turn this filter over like so. Oh, look at that. That's actually far superior. Okay, the filter is gonna go sideways, but we gotta cut off just a little bit more so it'll fit. All right, let's go. So if you're ever doing anything on the fly like this, feel free to pick it up and take it to the actual location where it's gonna go and just kind of eyeball it, see what it's gonna look like, because you will make changes, I promise. Okay, we're gonna cut off another 1.5 inches or so of this. That last bit. It's a tough one. There we go. All right. And does it fit? Better. Yes, indeed it does. Okay. You know, I like it. I like that. Now we'll put our little lock up here now. It's gonna screw in just like so. See, I need a small screw for this, so because it's gonna still need to open and close. I need to find out what side this is gonna be locking on. Probably right there. So I'll pull this out just a little. Perfect. Now, small screw, small screw, small screw. I had so many. Not quite there. Perfect. All right. One. Let's find one more. Put it there. Okay. Now we will put our lock on there. I may end up putting a staple in one of these. We'll see. Nonetheless, I'm just gonna get this on. Put another one in there. Two more. Okay, now we have a way to lock this. As far as the lock goes, I'm probably going to put a staple right in there. I think that'd be the smartest thing to do. Maybe not. Check that out. See that? That little eye? That's a perfect fit. Let's rip this thing off. How though? Get some pliers. Bend that out. Boom, that'll screw right in, lock right in place. No, it won't. Yeah, let's see about it. See, I can just hand tighten this thing right in there. But why do that when you can make a pilot hole? Am I right? Real tight. Okay. Almost there. Okay, I just realized something. I have to take this whole locking mechanism apart because I just realized it's still gonna fall open. Sorry, I am special sometimes. Give me a second. Not a big deal. Just a quick modification. By hook or by crook, we will get here. All right. So yeah, new plan. We're just gonna wire it up. We're just gonna wire this thing in, just so it'll be done. There's that. We'll put a quick screw in here. little bit of galvanized wire. Tighten that down. And then we'll just bend a hook into our galvanized wire, and there it is. So I think our final step, we're gonna go ahead and add a couple backer boards for this, just so it'll fit more snug in there. See what we can find laying around. All right, I didn't film it, but I got a couple backer boards in place. Check it out. So this guy is gonna fit in there very snugly. Now we're gonna use some liquid nails to get it set in there. So let's go do that. Okay, here we are. So we've got our liquid nails put up. Sorry, I did not get that on camera as well, but this is the filter box in place. So yeah, I think that's gonna work pretty good for our setup here. I'm gonna let the liquid nails set for a while and kind of give it a tug, see how it holds together. But it's definitely far better than not having a filter in there at all. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Also, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.